Let's see some problems on inverse trigonometric functions. What is the first problem? Find the principal values of the following. First example is sine inverse minus half. Then you write down in the solution, let that function as it is, sine inverse minus half is equal to x, and treat this as equation 1. Now take this sine inverse to the right hand side, you will get sine x is equal to minus half. Now you know that value of sine pi by 6 is half. Value of sine pi by 6, that is value of sine 30. Pi by 6 means 30. Sine 30 is half. Therefore, you write down this minus sign as it is, and for this 1 by 2, you write down sine pi by 6. Again, you know the formula, sine minus theta is minus sine theta. Means if minus sign is outside the bracket, you can take that sign inside the bracket. Here minus sign is outside the bracket, therefore I will take that inside the bracket by this property. Therefore, write down minus sine pi by 6 is equal to sine in the bracket minus pi by 6. Now, this is sin x is equal to sine minus pi by 6 from this equation. Okay. Now, if I compare these two equations, means x must be equal to minus pi by 6. X must be equal to minus pi by 6. And what is x? X is value of this inverse trigonometric functions. But this value is applicable only if this lies in the range of inverse trigonometric function. And what is the range for sine? For sine, there is range close interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. I have given you the table of domain and range for inverse trigonometric functions. You go to that table and see there the range for inverse sine function is close interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. I have to check this value lies in this interval or not. Minus pi by 2 means minus 90, and this pi by 2 means plus 90. Means this interval is minus 90 to plus 90. And minus pi by 6 means this is minus 30, and obviously lies in the interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Therefore, this is principal value. Okay. In the next step, keeping this value in the equation 1, we will get sine inverse minus half is equal to minus pi by 6. Therefore, principal value of sine inverse minus half is minus pi by 6. In this way, it is very simple to find the principal value of inverse trigonometric function. We have to only check that value lies in the range of that function or not. Then we will see the next example. Find the principal value of cos inverse root 3 by 2. Write down in the solution, let cos inverse root 3 by 2 is equal to x, and treat this as equation 1. In the next step, you take this cos inverse to the right hand side, and you will get cos x is equal to root 3 by 2. Then you know that value of cos pi by 6 is root 3 by 2 from the table 0 to 90 degree. This is value of cos 30. Pi by 6 means cos 30. You write down for this root 3 by 2 value cos pi by 6. Now, if I compare this cos x and cos pi by 6, I will get cos x is equal to cos pi by 6. Now, obviously, this x must be equal to pi by 6. Therefore, write down x is equal to pi by 6. Now, I have to check. This x means value of cos inverse root 3 by 2. Therefore, I have to check this x lies in the range of cosine function. And what is the range for cosine inverse function? Range for cosine inverse function is close interval 0 to pi, that is 0 to 180 degree. Pi by 6 means 30 degree, and obviously lies in the interval 0 to pi. Therefore, x is equal to pi by 6. This is our solution. Keep this in equation 1. You will get cos inverse root 3 by 2 is equal to pi by 6. Therefore, principal value of cos inverse root 3 by 2 is pi by 6. Then see the next example. Find the principal value of cot inverse minus 1 upon root 3. In the solution, you write down let cot inverse minus 1 upon root 3 is equal to x, and treat this as equation 1. Then again, you take this cot inverse to the right hand side, you will get cot x is equal to minus 1 upon root 3. Okay, then we know that 1 upon root 3 means cot pi by 3. This is value of cot 60, because tan 60 is root 3 and cot is reciprocal of tan. If we take reciprocal of tan, 1 upon tan, then that will be 1 upon root 3, and 1 upon tan means cot. Therefore, value of cot pi by 3 is, or cot 60 is 1 upon root 3. Therefore, for this 1 upon root 3, you keep cot pi by 3. Okay. Now, we will use allied angle table here. We know that cot pi minus theta is minus cot theta. Therefore, for this minus cot pi by 3, I will keep the value cot pi minus pi by 3. Means in this formula, I have to keep value of theta pi by 3. Okay. Minus cot pi by 3 equal to cot pi minus pi by 3. And after simplification, this will be cot 2 pi by 3. Now compare these two equations. Cot x is equal to cot 2 pi by 3. Therefore, cot x is equal to cot 2 pi by 3. And obviously value of x will be 2 pi by 3. Now I have to check this 2 pi by 3 lies in the range of cot function. What is the range for cot function? That is 0 to pi. That is 0 to 180 degree. And 2 pi by 3. 2 pi by 3 means 120 degree. Obviously lies in the interval 0 to pi. Therefore, x is equal to 2 pi by 3 is our solution. Now keep this in equation 1. You will get cot inverse in the bracket minus 1 upon root 3 is equal to 2 pi by 3. Therefore, principal value of cot inverse minus 1 upon root 3 is 2 pi by 3. See the next example. Find the values of following. First is sine inverse in the bracket sine 5 pi by 3. Now see the properties of inverse trigonometric functions. What is the last property? Sine inverse sine x is equal to x. Using that property, this will be sine inverse sine 5 pi by 3 is equal to 5 pi by 3. Now convert this angle into degree. How many degree it is? It is 300 degree. And what is the range for sine function? Range for sine function is close interval minus 90 to plus 90. Means this 5 pi by 3 does not belong to the range interval. Therefore, this is not the principal value. Means you have to use the another method. Now write down this equation, given equation sine inverse sine 5 pi by 3 as it is. Now this angle 5 pi by 3 can be written as 2 pi minus pi by 3. See this 6 pi minus pi, 5 pi. Therefore, I have rewriting this 5 pi by 3 as 2 pi minus pi by 3. And I know the formula from allied angle table, that is sine 2 pi minus theta is equal to minus sine theta. Therefore, in the next step, for this sine 2 pi minus theta, I will keep minus sine pi by 3. Sine 2 pi minus pi by 3 is nothing but minus sine pi by 3. Okay. Then I know the another formula, that sine minus theta is equal to minus sine theta. Use that formula. Sine minus theta is equal to minus sine theta. Therefore, for this minus sine pi by 3, I will keep sine minus pi by 3. I will take this minus sign inside the bracket because sine is odd function. Okay. Now this comes under our property sine inverse sine x is equal to x. This is sine inverse sine. Here x is minus pi by 3. Therefore, write down minus pi by 3. Therefore, value of sine inverse sine 5 pi by 3 is equal to minus pi by 3. And minus pi by 3 means 60 degree. And obviously lies in the interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Means this is our solution for the given inverse function. Therefore, write down sine inverse in the bracket sine 5 pi by 3 is equal to minus pi by 3. In this way, it is simple to find the principal solution of any inverse trigonometric function. You have to check only that value lies in the range of that function or not. Find the value of tan inverse tan pi by 4. Again, we will use the property, that last property, tan inverse tan x is equal to x. Now, applying this property, you can directly write down tan inverse tan pi by 4 is equal to pi by 4. Now, we have to check this pi by 4 lies in the range interval or not. Range for the trigonometric function is open interval from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. And obviously, this pi by 4 means 45 degree belongs to the interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Therefore, this pi by 4 is the solution of this inverse function. Okay. Now see the next example. Sine in the bracket cos inverse in the bracket minus 1 by root 2. Now see in the solution, we will write the formula cos inverse minus x is equal to pi minus cos inverse x from the property of the trigonometric functions. Now this sign in the bracket cos inverse minus 1 by root 2 can be written as using this property. Cos inverse minus x can be written as pi minus cos inverse x. Therefore, this cos inverse minus 1 by root 2 can be written as pi minus cos inverse 1 upon root 2. Okay. Then we know the formula that cos pi by 4 is equal to 1 by root 2. Now we know that value of cos pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. If I take this cos to the right hand side, then pi by 4 is equal to cos inverse 1 by root 2. Means value of cos inverse 1 by root 2 is nothing but pi by 4. I will keep that in the next step. And this becomes sin pi minus pi by 4 because value of cos inverse 1 by root 2 is pi by 4. Okay. Then I will use the allied angle formula. We know that sin pi minus theta is sin theta. Therefore, in the next step, I will write for this sin pi minus pi by 4, sin pi by 4. And what is the value of sin pi by 4? That is 1 by root 2. Obviously, that is 1 by root 2. Okay. Means we have solved here sin in the bracket cos inverse minus 1 by root 2 and I have got the value 1 upon root 2. Therefore, in the last step, you write down sin inverse in the bracket cos inverse minus 1 by root 2 is equal to 1 by root 2. See the next example. Sin in the bracket cos inverse 4 by 5 plus tan inverse 5 by 12. Here, let this cos inverse 4 by 5 is equal to theta and let this tan inverse 5 by 12 phi. Then if I take this cos to the right hand side, I will get cos theta is equal to 4 by 5. And if I take this tan to the right hand side, I will get tan phi is equal to 5 by 12. Now you know the Pythagoras triplets that here cos theta is 4 by 5. Means if this is right angle triangle and this is theta, cos theta is 4 by 5 means adjacent side is 4 and hypotenuse is 5. And if this is right angle triangle, according to Pythagoras triplet, this must be the value 3. You can use this and in this way we will got here sin theta means opposite side divided by hypotenuse. We will get sin theta is equal to 3 by 5. You find out value like that. And here I will draw the next right angle triangle and if this angle is phi, tan theta means opposite side divided by adjacent side. Means opposite side is 5, adjacent side is 12. And if I solve this, I will get hypotenuse 13. This is nothing but second Pythagoras triplet. If you remember these triplets, you can easily write down this without drawing the diagram. You find out value of sin theta and sin phi like this, or you can use the property if cos theta is given, use the property sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1 and find out the value of sin theta. And for this, you use the property 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sec square theta and take the reciprocal of sec, you will got the value of cos theta and you know that tan theta means sin theta divided by cos theta. Keep value of tan and cos there, you will find out the value of sin theta. You can use that formula also or directly if you remember this Pythagoras triplet without drawing this diagram, you directly write down value of sin theta here like that. Okay, and cos phi is adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. Write down this. Okay, then write down the given equation as it is. Sin in the bracket cos inverse 4 by 5 plus tan inverse 5 by 12. Then write down this sign as it is. And what is this cos inverse 4 by 5? We have treated this as theta and this as phi. Therefore write down this is theta and this is phi. Now use here formula of sin a plus b. What is the formula for sin a plus b? That is sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. Instead of a, here is theta. Instead of b, here is phi. Therefore sin theta plus phi will be sin theta cos phi plus cos theta sin phi. Now keep the value of sin theta, that is 3 by 5 here. Then cos phi is 12 upon 30. Then cos theta is 4 by 5. Keep value of that. And sin phi is 5 by 30. You keep the values of sin theta, cos phi, cos theta and sin phi. Now see here denominator is 13 into 5, that is 65. Denominator is 65. Denominator is common to both. Therefore here will be addition of numerator. 12 into 3 36 plus this 4 into 5, 20. 36 plus 20 will be 56. Therefore, in the next step, you write down 56 divided by 65. In this way, we have got the value of given function. Therefore, write down sine in the bracket cos inverse 4 by 5 plus tan inverse 5 by 12 is equal to 56 divided by 65. Then see the next example. Find the values of following. First example is sine in the bracket sine inverse 3 by 5 plus cos inverse 3 by 5. Here we will use the property sine inverse x plus cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2. Therefore, using this property, value of this function sin inverse 3 by 5 plus cos inverse 3 by 5 is 5 by 2. Write down this given equation as it is, sin in the bracket sin inverse 3 by 5 plus cos inverse 3 by 5. Now, in the next step, you keep the value of this as pi by 2. You will get sin in the bracket pi by 2. And what is the value of sin pi by 2? Sin pi by 2 is 1. Therefore, value of given function is equal to 1. In this way, if you remember the property of inverse trigonometric function, then it is very simple to find out the solution of any function. Find the value of cos in the bracket cos inverse minus 1 by 2 plus tan inverse root 3. First, we will find out value of cos inverse minus half. Then we will find out value of tan inverse root 3. Let here cos inverse minus half is equal to x. Then take cos to the right hand side. Cos x is equal to minus half. Then we know that value of cos at pi by 3 is 1 by 2. Therefore, keep minus sign as it is, and for this 1 by 2, keep cos pi by 3. Now, we will use allied angle table here. For this pi by 3, I will keep pi minus pi by 3. We know that formula cos pi minus theta is minus cos theta. We will use that formula, and for this minus cos pi by 3, I will keep cos pi minus pi by 3. After simplification, this will be cos 2 pi by 3. Now, if I compare these two equations, I will get value of x 2 pi by 3. Now, I have to check this 2 pi by 3 lies in the interval 0 to pi or not, because this 0 to pi is the range for this inverse function. X means value of this inverse trigonometric function, and for inverse trigonometric function of cosine, range is 0 to pi. Means I have to check this lies into 0 to pi or not. 2 pi by 3 means 120 degree, and obviously lies in the interval. Now I will find out value of tan inverse root 3. Let tan inverse root 3 is equal to y. Then take tan to the right hand side. Tan y is equal to root 3. And we know that value of tan root 3 is at the angle pi by 3. Therefore, write down for this root 3 tan pi by 3. And I will get, if I compare these two, y is equal to pi by 3. Now, what is the range for inverse trigonometric function for tan? That is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. And this is pi by 3, that is 60 degree, and obviously lies in the interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Therefore, y is equal to pi by 3. Now, write down value of y is this tan inverse root 3 is equal to pi by 3. And here also you write down value of x. What is x? Cos inverse minus half is equal to 2 pi by 3. Now, write down this your problem as it is. Cos inverse in the bracket cos inverse minus half plus tan inverse root 3 is equal to this cos as it is. Value of cos inverse minus half is 2 pi by 3. Keep that value here. And tan inverse root 3 is pi by 3. Now here denominator is same. Therefore, there will be addition of the numerator. This is cos 3 pi by 3, that is cos pi, and value of cos pi is minus 1. Therefore, the solution of given problem is minus 1. In this way, it is very simple. You have to check only the values. We have find out the values of x and y that lies in the range of corresponding trigonometric function or not. Okay. Then see the next example. If mod of x is less than or equal to 1, then show that sine in the bracket cos inverse x is equal to cos in the bracket sine inverse x. Now we have for mod of x less than or equal to 1, the property sine inverse x plus cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2. Now if I take this sine inverse x to the right hand side, I will get cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2 minus sine inverse x. Now take the left hand side of the given problem, that is sine in the bracket cos inverse x. Now I will keep the value of cos inverse x pi by 2 minus sine inverse x here. Therefore, this equal to sine in the bracket value of cos inverse x pi by 2 minus sine inverse x. Then I will use this formula from the allied angle table. Sin pi by 2 minus theta means cos theta. This is sin pi by 2 minus, this is our theta here. Therefore, value of this will be cos theta, and theta is sin inverse x. Therefore, instead of theta, you keep this function here. We will get cos in the bracket sin inverse x. And this is nothing but right hand side of our given problem. In this way, we have shown left hand side equal to right hand side, that is sine in the bracket cos inverse x is equal to cos in the bracket sine inverse x. If you know this property of inverse trigonometric function, then it is very simple to solve any problem. Then see the next example. Prove the following. 2 tan inverse 1 upon 3 plus cos inverse 3 by 5 is equal to pi by 2. Now we know that from the properties of inverse trigonometric functions, tan inverse x plus tan inverse y is equal to tan inverse x plus y divided by 1 minus xy. Now for this 2 tan inverse 1 upon 3, this is 2 times tan inverse 1 upon 3. Therefore, I will split these two functions, write down tan inverse 1 upon 3 plus tan inverse 1 upon 3. This is 2 times. Therefore, I am writing separately tan inverse 1 upon 3 plus tan inverse 1 upon 3. Now I will apply this formula, tan inverse x plus tan inverse y. Here x and y are equal. Value of x is 1 upon 3 and y is also 1 upon 3. And use this formula. This will be tan inverse 1 upon 3 plus 1 upon 3 divided by 1 minus 1 upon 3 into 1 upon 3. After simplification, this will be tan inverse 2 by 3 divided by 8 by 9. Here denominator is same, therefore 1 plus 1 to 2 by 3. And here 9 minus 1, that is 8 divided by 9. Okay. And after simplification, this will be equal to tan inverse 3 by 4. Now, let here tan inverse 3 by 4 is equal to theta. Then you take this tan inverse to the right hand side, we will get tan theta is equal to 3 by 4. Again, using the Pythagoras triplet, sin theta will be 3 by 5. Here tan theta 3 by 4 means this is opposite side and this is adjacent side. Hypotenuse will be obviously 5. Pythagoras triplet 3, 4, 5. Therefore, sin theta will be 3 divided by 5. Now, if I take this sine to the right hand side, I will get theta is equal to sine inverse 3 by 5. Okay. Then this I have got here 2 tan inverse 1 upon 3 is equal to tan inverse 3 by 4. Write down that 2 tan inverse 1 upon 3 is equal to tan inverse 3 by 4. Now, what is the value of tan inverse 3 by 4? That is theta. And theta is equal to sine inverse 3 by 5. Therefore, tan inverse 3 by 4 is equivalent to sine inverse 3 by 5. Therefore, write down here this equal to sine inverse 3 by 5. Now, what is the left hand side of this equation? Left hand side, write down 2 tan inverse 1 upon 3 plus cos inverse 3 by 5. Now, value of 2 tan inverse 1 upon 3 is sine inverse 3 by 5. Write down that here. And see what is this function. This is function of the type sine inverse x plus cos inverse x. And if using the property of inverse trigonometric function, if the function is sine inverse x plus cos inverse x, then value of that function is pi by 2. Therefore, this sine inverse 3 by 5 plus cos inverse 3 by 5 can be written as pi by 2. And this is nothing but equal to your right hand side. Okay. Let's see the next example. 2 tan inverse 1 upon 3 plus tan inverse 1 by 7 is equal to pi by 4. Now, as we have seen in the earlier example, we know that value of 2 tan inverse 1 upon 3 is nothing but tan inverse 3 by 4. Now, write down left hand side 2 tan inverse 1 upon 3 plus tan inverse 1 by 7. Now, keep the value of 2 tan inverse 1 upon 3 as tan inverse 3 by 4. Okay. And this tan inverse 1 upon 7 as it is. Now, for this, you will use the property tan inverse x plus tan inverse y is equal to tan inverse x plus y divided by 1 minus xy. Keep the value of 2 tan inverse 1 upon 3, tan inverse 3 by 4, and this tan inverse 1 upon 7 as it is. Now this is of the type tan inverse x plus tan inverse y. And what is the property of inverse trigonometric functions? If the function is of the type tan inverse x plus tan inverse y, then that is equal to tan inverse x plus y divided by 1 minus xy. We will use that property. For this tan inverse 3 by 4 plus tan inverse 1 upon 7, we will write tan inverse 3 by 4 plus 1 upon 7 divided by 1 minus 3 by 4 into 1 upon 7. After simplification, this will be tan inverse 25 divided by 28, and in the denominator also 25 divided by 28. Okay, this is 4 into 7, 28, and this is 21 plus 4, that is 25, and again here LCM will be 28, and this 28 minus 3, 25. Okay, and this tan inverse 25 divided by 28 and 25 divided by 28 will get cancelled, and this is nothing but tan inverse 1. We know that value of tan pi by 4 is 1, therefore tan inverse 1 will be equal to pi by 4, and that is nothing but your right hand side. In this way we have proved left hand side equal to right hand side, that is 2 tan inverse 1 upon 3 plus tan inverse 1 upon 7 is equal to pi by 4. Then we will see the next example. Prove that tan inverse 1 plus tan inverse 2 plus tan inverse 3 is equal to pi. We know that one of the property of inverse trigonometric function, that is tan inverse x plus tan inverse y is equal to pi plus tan inverse x plus y divided by 1 minus xy if the product of x and y is greater than 1. Now consider these two functions. Here x is 1 and y is 2. And what is the product of this? If I take value of x1 and value of y2, that is 2, obviously greater than 1. Therefore, for first these two functions, tan inverse 1 and tan inverse 2, I will use this property. Write down tan inverse 1 plus tan inverse 2 is equal to pi plus tan inverse 1 plus 2 divided by 1 minus 1 into 2. After simplification, this will be 3 divided by 1 minus 2. Keep this pi as it is. This will be equal to pi plus tan inverse 3 divided by 1 minus 2. And this equal to pi plus tan inverse. This is 3 divided by minus 1, that is minus 3. Therefore, write down pi plus tan inverse minus 3. And we know that tan inverse minus x is nothing but minus tan inverse x. Therefore, for this tan inverse minus 3, you write down minus tan inverse 3. Therefore, this is equal to pi minus tan inverse 3. Now, you shift this minus tan inverse 3 to the left hand side, and I will get tan inverse 1 plus tan inverse 2 plus tan inverse 3 is equal to pi. In this way, if you know this property of inverse trigonometric function, then it is very simple to solve this problem. Okay, see the next example. Prove that cos inverse 4 by 5 plus cos inverse 12 upon 13 is equal to cos inverse 33 divided by 65. In the solution, let cos inverse 4 by 5 is equal to theta. Take this first function, cos inverse 4 by 5 is equal to theta. Treat this as equation 1. Take this cos to the right hand side. This will be cos theta is equal to 4 by 5. Again use Pythagoras triplet. Sin theta will be 3 by 5, or use the identity sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Keep value of cos theta there, and after simplification we will get sin theta is equal to 3 by 5. Then this function, next function is cos inverse 12 upon 13. You treat this as phi, and suppose that is equation 2. Take cos to the right hand side, cos phi will be 12 upon 30. Then again using Pythagoras triplet or identity, you use any one of that and find out sin phi is equal to phi by 30. Okay. Then write down the formula for cos theta plus phi. You have studied in your 11th standard the formula for cos A plus B. Now what is cos A plus B? That is cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. Instead of A and B, I have taken here theta and phi. What is cos theta plus phi? Cos theta cos phi minus sin theta sin phi. I will keep the value of cos theta cos phi and sin theta sin phi here. Cos theta See here, value of cos theta is 4 by 5, keep that here. Value of cos phi is 12 upon 13, keep that value here, minus, then value of sin theta is 3 by 5 and value of sin phi is 5 by 13. You keep that values here. See here, denominator is same for these two terms, 13 into 5, 65, and here 12 into 4, 48, and 3 into 5, 15. That is, after simplification, this will be equal to 48 minus 15 divided by 65. And simplify this, and this will be equal to 33 divided by 65. Therefore, write down cos theta plus phi is equal to 33 divided by 65. In the next step, you take this cosine function to the right hand side. This will be theta plus phi is equal to cos inverse 33 divided by 65. And keep the value of theta and phi. What is theta? Theta is cos inverse 4 by 5 and phi is cos inverse 12 upon 13. Keep that values here. Therefore, this will be cos inverse 4 by 5 plus cos inverse 12 upon 13 is equal to cos inverse 33 divided by 65. In this way, it is very simple to find the values of any inverse trigonometric functions if you know some properties of inverse trigonometric functions. Okay. In the next lecture, we will solve the exercise on inverse trigonometric functions. Till then, goodbye.